During this first segment of speakers, I would now like to give the floor to non-governmental organizations. I now call upon Advocate for Human Rights.
President, the Advocates for Human Rights is deeply concerned about the rise in incidents targeting migrants, refugees, and racial, ethnic, and religious minorities in the United States, as well as the proliferation of hate groups. Of greatest concern, however, is that some who have actively supported racist and xenophobic positions have assumed powerful leadership and advisory roles in the executive branch, lending an air of legitimacy to these intolerant views. Recent changes in immigration policy raise serious concerns about racial and national origin profiling by the Department of Homeland Security's Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. ICE deports by attrition, making undocumented migrants fearful of remaining in the U.S. Indeed, ICE arrests have increased sharply, and the Advocates for Human Rights has received numerous reports of people being taken into custody outside courtrooms, in vehicles, and at their homes. Local law enforcement has turned over thousands to ICE following traffic stops or other encounters. ICE routinely interrogates these migrants without counsel, intimidating them into agreeing to be deported without a hearing. An estimated 75% of deportees from the U.S. waive all legal rights, including claims to asylum, protection under CAT, and claims based on family unity. These policies erode trust between immigrants and law enforcement, a trust many communities have worked to build in the interest of public safety. Yet the administration's January 25th executive order on domestic immigration enforcement would bar federal funding to jurisdictions that adopt community policing policies. The Advocates for Human Rights is deeply concerned about the profiling and religious discrimination inherent in the administration's most recent attempt to ban entry of people from 6 majority Muslim countries and to halt the U.S. refugee admissions program. People who are or are perceived to be Muslim report facing additional scrutiny upon entry into the U.S. Their family members living abroad face an uncertain future. The Advocates for Human Rights encourages the Human Rights Council to keep this important issue at the forefront of its agenda. Further, we call on member states, including the U.S., to honor non-refoulement obligations and ensure that national immigration policies, as well